So unpausing in 3, 2, 1. Unpause. 6, 7, 8.
8, 9, 10.
All right, so we are off. And in the south corner, playing as mixed allies, we've got Smoko as the Purple Brits and Zulu as the Red US. Meanwhile, to the north/west, we've got Hulk Smash as Wehrmacht and Ruby also as Wehrmacht, which is really interesting because they have played mixed Axis before as well. So they're clearly saying this is a map where we want to play with no DAC. So we'll see how that works out for him. What do you think about that, Twister?
I am excited about this game because I can see Zulu actually committing to a lot of rifles. Nothing coming out of the HQ, waiting to stack up rifles and going infantry. I love this kind of play, so I'm just enjoying myself here.
Yeah, I think this map, players indeed were allowed to choose which slots they wanted. I think there's a very clear choice here. You have the more static Brit player who's going to sort of hold their side of the map, and then the US player with rifles and rangers will pressure the Axis side of the map.
We have riflemen taking the field.
Yeah, let's get a prediction in chat here. I'm not comfortable predicting this one. I think Hulk and Ruby have looked like they have incredible teamwork, but Smoko and Zulu were, before I saw how even games were in the ladder, they were my favorite going into this. But judging based on the ladder games that I saw, it seems like people are pretty evenly matched. So I'm not ready to call this one. I don't have a prediction. What about you, Twister? Do you want to make a prediction? Do you feel like you know who's going to win?
I don't know who's gonna win, but I know which team I have the most trouble against, and I'm gonna lean towards that. And that would be Zulu and Smoko.
Have we played against Hulk and Ruby?
Maybe only once or twice.
Did we win?
I don't remember that. I feel like we have, but I may be tripping.
Some good pressure here from the Dingo. It's going to escape, not taking too many bullets. And meanwhile, we've got good spread of rifles here. Rifle, mortar, actually. Sorry, Twister.
Yeah.
He's not going to all in on the rifles. They're going to play it a little bit slower here, which is, I guess, an answer to the... See, if you don't open engineer, this is your only answer to the buildings. And it does scale nicely. Not that engineer doesn't scale. But it means he's giving up a lot of pressure here. And this mortar's not going to be able to stop this Gren from capping this cutoff.
Yeah. I like this choice, actually. Something I wish I could do more often, but I just cannot resist stacking more rifles. I think it's a lot stronger to back up your rifles and dislodge that MG before your push or putting the smoke down in a choke.
Absolutely.
It's a great choice.
Do you not feel like maybe maybe it's better to wait until the third rifle, though, to get the mortar?
I think it depends. If you think that the area of the map where you're playing, you will be able to grab a significant resource point, you could invest into more rifles early. Otherwise, probably better to save the manpower and get a mortar sooner.
Yeah, we do see the VP and the 10 fuel going over to Hulk, so not looking good so far.
Yeah.
On this side. Smoko's doing fine on his side, though, so that's not the end of the world. And actually, same natural fuel being decapped, so keeping it pretty even with Smoko's very good aggressive dingo play here.
Exact mirror. Across the map.
Relinquish rangers for us. About time.
And these sandbags being very annoying. Gonna get the full cap here, which means so much longer to recover the fuel. Meanwhile, the scouts were able to chase off the Ketten before it finished capping. So, should have a bit of a fuel advantage here for the allies. Meanwhile, though, nice cap on the 10 Muni. That should be, by all rights, Smoko's here. So, both teams doing a good job being annoying, capping different points, and pretty even game so far.
And an engineer queued next for Zulu, maybe for a mortar pit?
Yeah, that would be my assumption. There's no vehicles, no sign of any vehicles. Doesn't even have a support center.
Yeah.
Territory sector claimed
So
by the
yeah,
enemy.
definitely gonna be a mortar pit. I think it's very likely. And
Reports of enemy
this
movement
synergizes
near
well
our
with his
victory
battle group
point.
pick. He's unlocked the Rangers. I suspect we'll see the munitions dump next. And having his handheld mortar and the trash pit next to the munitions dump will mean they fire very fast indeed, and they'll be refreshing all of the rifles cooldowns. And this is a great map for that. And you put it like right here or right here, and it's going to be hard to dislodge. Make it very easy for the allies to control mid. See breakthrough utilized
A victory point is under
for
attack.
Ruby. Doesn't get
We
much
must
done with it
act.
though. He decaps the 5, and that's kind of it. So, bit lackluster there.
One of our sectors is now in enemy hands.
Rangers revealed.
And they're
Very
start-
scary at that point in the game.
Yeah, starting out with a low model though. That doesn't feel good.
Infantry support research completed.
It's 45 manpower.
Being seized by
I wonder if he's going to
Doesn't-
instantly get logistics.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good, but sometimes very good for tempo on the map, which is, I assume, the decision there. Has to run now though.
Good instant retreat. Lost those 2 low health models and didn't want to lose anymore. So, MP40s meanwhile causing a little bit of trouble for the Brits, but these guys are outnumbered, so
They pushed us off the
should be
sector.
sent home pretty easily.
Territory lost. Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
Meanwhile, the beautiful forest green Humber is out. It's going to roll in and try to cause some trouble. There is sprint on the Grens, but otherwise no AT on the map yet. So this Humber could, I mean, at a minimum, it's gonna let them keep their side, but could even see it do some damage here.
A flak is building for Ruby though, which is gonna help them against the Humber.
A victory point.
Wonder
is
if we're going to see the
forward
same
in
strategy we
control.
saw from them Campbell's, where we see a second flak.
Mm. Yeah, because they a half track is already on the field for his teammate.
I like that they're going tier 2, tier 3. We've seen some people double up on tier 3, which I understand the reasoning behind, I think. But I much prefer seeing a wider variety of units. I think you can, get a wider roster of things you might want. And yeah, Officer Court is already purchased, so this half track going to be able to lay some Regal Mines if it wants. Looks like it's just going... Yeah, so I really like this. So getting a Regal down before the Stummel conversion, that is really cool. I've talked about this a lot recently, that I think people need to get some Regals down and then convert, and we're seeing him get at least 1 Regal down before he converts, so love to see that. Although kind of in a weird spot. I suppose we'll see vehicles up here, but, maybe closer to the center, but he put it down where he could get it down, and better than nothing, so no doubt about that.
Maybe wanting to avoid the minesweepers.
Yeah,
Of his
that's a good
opponent.
point. And it can protect a flank, as Ozzy points out. Really good gamba here for the Rangers. They got double Zook. And so that Stummel's probably pretty bummed to find out that it's already soft countered as soon as it hits the field.
They've captured a victory
Humber,
point.
meanwhile, being a menace, finding the hole where the flak is not facing and getting some good damage in. Stummel sent the Rangers home, worth noting, with their tail between their legs.
Mm.
It was able to just sort of kite back. Greyhound's going to come out and we'll see. Maybe the Stummel can bait it over the Regal here.
Maybe that is the plan.
Oh,
New ability
thanks, guys.
unlocked.
Thank you, Kraken.
Only 1 flag so far with 600 manpower banked for Ruby.
Ooh, that's got to be an oversight. Maybe just micring a little bit too hard against this Humber. Definitely don't want to float that much.
Yeah.
Although, no, he's going to call in either 8 Rads or the... No, he's got Breakthrough. Oh, no, so I wonder
he's
if he's
got
banking for the Stas call-in?
Oh.
He hasn't gone down that side of the trail, though. He has rapid production, so... Yeah, building a cache now. A little late.
Maybe feeling the pressure from Smoko.
Yeah, Smoko's been putting a lot of pressure on him, and it's to good effect here.
And actually, 3 Tommy sections for Smoko. Not something that we've seen a lot of this tournament.
No, only the Chinese team built more than like 1 or 2 Tommies, and that was to build 7. Ooh, we see some retreat grenades here. Could potentially wipe this. Oh no, he's probably going to save him now because he's got to win this fight.
Yeah.
Flak putting good damage, and Humber's going to go down for sure to a Faust.
Oh, verbal wind.
Sending our frontline forces some much-needed firepower.
Actually, these Kirk are in a bit of trouble. There's no AT on the field for Smoko, and the Rangers are coming to protect. I'm sure this has been called out in comms, but the Warble could just say, I don't care about the Rangers, and drive into Smoko's base here to try to pick this up.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
He's not gonna commit here.
This has to play it safe.
Yeah, I mean, there could be mines. You know, it's hard to know. And Hulk and Ruby, another team that I think errs on the side of, you know, better safe than sorry.
Which is probably a good thing. Something I've been struggling with.
Yeah, if you
Keeping
think you're
units alive in this game, very strong.
very important. And if you think you're better than your opponent, which you should if you want to win a tournament, then you shouldn't you shouldn't feel the need to take big risks. You should feel like you can play safe and you'll win. MG42 might go down, but it doesn't matter. Not going to be saved here. Redson, thank you very much for the raid. You're doing well. Your stream was good. You just had time to catch the second semifinals here.
That rifle in trouble.
Oh yeah. Goes down to the grin, so big pickup there. Oop. Good attempt at a retreat grenade pretty early, but I'd love to see the attempt. And still a big pickup.
Enemy activity near our munitions point.
And got the MG back.
Oh wow, no way. I can't believe it. Really nice coordinated play there to pick that up.
We've lost control of a sector.
All of a sudden, it's the Axis applying some pressure. Now, though, Smoko back on the field with his infantry. Probably going to swing the momentum here.
Yeah, and he's got training now, so going to be much scarier. Actually, Flak in danger because the MG's forced off, and this Flak has a long way to go, and all that's backing it up is a Werble that's like 1 hit change from death.
Chaffee light tank is accounted for.
But looks like it might just get away. Not enough unit for Warcry. M8 coming in. Oh man, is it going to pick up this Werble? It certainly could. But it's got to get close.
Get lucky with the penetrations.
Yeah, and 2 Fausts in base. Gonna commit here. Oh, I think it's gonna go down to a Faust. Oh, doesn't have the muni for a Faust act. Oh no, he did have it. He triggered it. That's why. That's why it didn't look like he had it.
And the first martyr of today. Actually, oh, maybe the entire tournament?
Might be of the entire tournament. But yeah, it feels like both Smoko and Zulu playing a little bit too greedy here on this specific area of the map, and it's cost them quite a bit of momentum and quite a bit of manpower and fuel. Meanwhile, though, these Rangers causing a lot of trouble for Hulk. We haven't checked out in the north in a while, and these Rangers are pushing with a vengeance here. Oh, thank you, Maxi. So we did have one more yesterday.
Chaffee's out to counter the Stummel.
This MG is pretty pretty alone up here in the north. Let's see if this mortar can spot it.
It's a very brave team.
It's theirs now.
It's like that team of gunners in Black Hawk Down that get left behind. I forgot.
Just like this PG got left behind until it was too late to retreat. Goes down here. That's a pretty big loss.
We're losing a fuel point. They've taken our
Really need to start stacking that PG vet up if you want any chance of contesting these Rangers. And, it's going to just be up to the Stummel now, it looks like. Do we have any infantry support center upgrades for Zulu yet?
nothing so far. Yeah, actually, a relatively small army. Just 2 rangers as his main infantry.
Yeah, that's pretty weak as far as pushing power goes. I mean, he's able to, you know, make one push, but I feel like once that gets stopped, then he's sort of off the field. And yeah, nice call out from chat. Ozzy says 2 falls, and they both have vet 1 because of the officer quarters purchase. So 2 falls and a Stummel, that's hard to push into. I think we're going to need to see some really nice use of the mortar smoke.
Yeah, they're gonna end here. They come to apply pressure from the flank and the cutoff. Very strong push.
Yeah, could pick up this captain. Stukaloider, meanwhile, putting Smoko in some real danger. Smoko just kind of trying to eat it. I'm worried that this RE is going to go down.
Yeah. And it is being targeted.
Yeah, luckily, retreat saves it. But doesn't even manage to decap the middle VP, so pretty brutal. We have a sole position designated here, really wanting to win this fight on this cutoff, but that never feels good when you're using 80 Muni just to retake your cutoff. You want to be using that to push MGs and be scary with the Rangers, not to just hold, you know, small portion of the map.
Meanwhile, that lone MG captured the VP.
Yeah, it's been up here quietly doing work. Not sure what they're going to do now. Maybe hang out with these planes. Ooh, Chaffee goes down. Really nice angle from the pack and a couple of Fausts, I assume. And the Axis are closing the noose here.
Yeah, very quickly too. Double
could go
Stummel.
down here. Yeah, so single Stummel again. Tier 4 going up for Hulk. And Ruby, meanwhile, probably just going to wait for one of the breakthrough call-ins, either the Command P4 or the Tiger. I'd be surprised if we saw Tier 4 from him at this point. He's got double Werble, so...
Yeah, double Werble. Martyr. He has what he needs.
Enemy forces are converging on a fuel point.
Hulk decapping the fuel with this MG, that's pretty funny. I like he's not setting it up, just leaving it, you know, ready to retreat if he needs to. I think that's smart.
Ready. Ability ready.
Breakthrough popped. Going to decap the 60 Mini very quickly. Although again, using breakthrough for just 1 point, it looks like. Officers' quarters comes in for tier 2, so those units are going to all be vet 1 and be even quicker to gain more veterancy.
And Broombar building for Hulk. Which is gonna make it even harder for the allies here, who only have AT guns.
Yeah, we got one AT gun for Smoko. One AT gun sniper being built. Feeling like he can't push with the Rangers anymore.
Sniper is on the field. He needs orders.
Second
That
AT
MG
gun for
continues to
Smoko.
be-
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That MG continues to be sneaky. Now gonna set up in the
Oh,
corner here.
I like this. That's definitely going to catch something. Vet 3 on this Stummel. How many kills? I mean, I bet it does almost no kills. It just does HP damage, but
8 kills.
yeah, not bad, but not great for Vet 3. But it's done its job. I mean, it's made the Rangers basically unusable. And we see, I really like this. We see an immediate officer's quarters for the tier 4, giving the Brumbar Vet 1 right away. I think that's an awesome choice. It's going to make it much more effective and that much easier to keep alive because it's going to just gain vet even faster.
Exactly.
This is bad. All victory points are under enemy control.
Triple Werble here for Ruby. Against double AT gun, there are, I believe, one boy squad. So he could be looking to potentially all in here. He's got Blitzkrieg unlocked. Doesn't quite have the resources yet, but This would be a pretty winnable all in here if he chooses to and finds the right angle. He'd need to be supported by his ally because there are other AT options from Zulu, but definitely potential here to really make a game-ending push with these Warbles.
The enemy is
That
winning
may be
this
the plan,
fight.
especially with the Stuka is activated actually.
Yeah,
Maybe now.
yeah, they're moving. Ruby a little slow to move, but they're doing it at the same time here. Both players moving in. The sniper's in danger, and these AT guns are full retreating as the Warbles come in. And yep, Blitzkrieg popped. So these are gonna wipe stuff quickly.
Enemy in control of all victory points.
Pack even moving up in case there's any armor, which there isn't. And yeah, these AT guns under some fire now. Luckily, the double Zook Rangers are here to support, forcing some of the Warbles back.
We've lost an anti-tank gun.
AT gun goes down. Sniper under fire. Could go down here.
3 kills to his name.
Losing a strategic point.
Does escape. So good job from the allies to mitigate losses here. They didn't take too many serious losses. I didn't see any weapons teams get gone over, but they're in their base.
One of our munitions
Yep.
points is being
Matilda's
neutralized.
got a lot of work to do.
The map is almost entirely in German control. And the Stummel finally goes down.
Does pick up the Stummel, and Matilda should be able to retreat. We've got Warcry popped here, so that should help. But this 1MG, Warcry is not designated assault position, and these guys do all get suppressed, but should be able to break through here.
That's a lot of infantry pushing all at the same time.
Yeah, wow. Really just across the front.
One of our munitions points is being neutralized.
Heartbreaker for the allies. The Rumber escaping very little health.
Mm.
And because 2 of the Warbles are still so healthy, it's going to be hard to get back onto the field. All these shot blockers make it hard for the AT guns to
We have 100
push them
points
out.
remaining.
Only 100 VPs remaining.
I really like the decision by the allies to push out of their base early instead of waiting for everything to heal. Try to catch the Axis out of position.
Command points should be spent when possible.
Yeah, plus they don't have a lot of time.
They pushed us
If they
off
wait
the
until they're ready, the VPs are gone, so... Can't even... Hey, Nath, can you check the ref channel, please? If you're here. Or actually, maybe Twister, just go.
Defend our victory point. We're losing it.
But yeah, it's not looking good for the allies here. This first game. Really important
They've
pickup
captured a
here.
victory point.
This MG, it looks like was spotted by the scouts, so not going to get a lot of value here, although they have had this field for quite a while. And so Matilda's got a lot of work to do if it's going to clear the Southern VP in time. But with the Martyr here, feels like Ruby's ready. One Matilda plus some AT guns could potentially fight off the Martyr, but it's going to be a question of positioning here.
Our opponent has fallen to 200 points. Enemy activity near our munitions point.
Hey, Orange Pest. I forgot to put them on the bracket. I just didn't stop, but there should be. We'll have to talk to the players about that. I may or may not have totally neglected that. Good pickup here. So the Martyr goes down, which means this Matilda kind of has free reign on this side. But Ruby deciding to just send it. Figure one Matilda can't stop 3 Warbles.
Capture point. Victory point now under enemy control. Commander, we have a large amount of command points available.
Yeah, Matilda holding strong here.
Our opponent has all victory points.
Gonna force
under
back the
control.
Warble.
Act now.
I think Ruby making the calculation that they just have to hold these VPs for a little bit longer and willing to sacrifice some
Lost a weapon crew.
some men and
All
some
dead.
material to do it.
And the sniper in trouble.
Yeah, really nice flank here from
Out of action.
Hull, correctly identifying that the Allies were very committed to this southern salient.
Get the wounded out of there. Down
Both
only
teams
50 points.
really great job recognizing shifts in momentum and knowing when to
Territory
push.
point is no longer
Yeah.
under our control.
And recognizing the VP situation, I think
Yeah.
Allies making the correct choice to really commit somewhere, and Ruby making the correct choice to just buy time for their ally to come in and
Munitions point
flank.
is being attacked.
And shout out to that MG still there.
That was a
Doing his
squad of
job.
Rangers. They're all gone.
Looks like it might have fought that scout. Took some
Yeah.
damage.
Batteries are on standby. 155 mil rapid barrage is available.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. This Matilda's still relatively uncontested. That Marta going down, it's kind of funny. There's like no real heavy armor counters here, and the Matilda's rampaging, but Matilda's can't cap, unfortunately, so
Victory point. We're losing it.
looks like it's not gonna be enough.
That was a
And the
sniper.
Loiter's still on. A Gurkha now coming to contest the right side VP, but the MG is there.
Yeah, MG in a good position. Not buying the green cover, but it's where it needs to be.
The enemy
All the
holds
same.
all victory points.
Probably not in cover in order to be able to see the entirety of the point.
We're down to 10.
Yeah, good call out. So I just wanted to make sure he could spot it. Yeah, GG called. So very good game one. Pretty dominant showing from the Allies Enjoyers. So 1 point to them. And all right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. At least might be less than 5 minutes. So don't go anywhere. But we've got to do a little bit of logistical stuff, and then we'll be right back with game 2. All right, thanks everyone for your patience. First time tournament runner. Whoever's running this tournament didn't organize it perfectly, so we had to deal with a few little minor things here, but I think we're good to go. And I've got a very special guest here.
Hello,
Someone
motherfucker.
I'm very excited to have on. Why don't you introduce yourself? Who's this on the call with me?
What's up, nerds? It's Havoc.
Hell yeah.
We're here to cast some games.
Havoc holds a very special place in my co-heart because I came back to Co 3 after not playing Co for a long time, like years and years. And I didn't get a chance to play much on launch because I was busy with like a big work project. And I really wanted to not suck. I played a few 1v1s and I was like, man, this game's hard. I forgot. And so I go on Twitch. I didn't used to watch Twitch. And I went on Twitch and I saw Havoc stream. And he seemed really good. And he was super nice and answered a bunch of my questions in chat. And he very much accelerated my journey in terms of knowing Co. And now I claim to know what I'm talking about and now tell other people what to do. So Havoc was kind of my introduction to like the Co 3 competitive scene. So that was really cool. And I'm really glad to have him here. He's gonna wrap up this semis with me, and then he's gonna stay on and cast the finals, assuming he's got the time. So
Yeah, you better believe we're staying for the finals.
all right, so we'll get right into game 2 here. Then we'll not waste any more time.
Yeah, I'm at 5 seconds. I'm not sure where you like to start from.
5 seconds is perfect. Right. Make sure I hide the UI this time. And we've got Allies and Jurors 1-0. All right, paused at 5 seconds. Unpausing in 3, 2, 1. Unpause. 6, 7, 8,
Looks
10.
good.
Okay, very good. All right, so in the South, we've got the up 1-0 is the Allies and Joyers. We've got Ruby as Brits and Hulksmash as US, which is pretty much what they've done the whole tournament when they played Allies. And on the other side of the map, we've got Smoko as his beloved Dak and Zulu as Wehrmacht. So we're seeing this is, I've watched these two teams play quite a bit, and this is the lineup they like.
These are two magical pairings of players. I learned that Hulksmash and Ruby are like a sleeper awesome duo that discovered their power in the midst of the Resurgence tournament. Hulksmash told me he had never really played 2v2s and never played with Ruby before that tournament, and they both just came out, absolutely crushed me and Asha. And ended up going to the semis against I think they had to play each other, and then believe it was Ruby ended up playing Faragi.
Yeah.
But anyway, they've been playing a lot of 2v2s since, and they have gotten so much better, and they were already quite good. So happy to see them doing as well as they are in the tournament so far.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, like you say, they were not favored going into those matches, the 2v2s that they played, and they looked so good. They just have this natural synergy, and this is something I mentioned. I should have asked them if they started using comms, but as far as I know, they just type in ping. They don't bother with Discord. They just have this natural ability to know what the other guy's doing, and they just follow each other so well. And it's been a joy to watch them continue to improve their game together.
Yeah, I did actually confirm yesterday that they don't use any voice comms. They don't even really type very much, is what Hulksmash was telling me. But they seem to have great synergy and great instinct when playing with each other. And I mean, that's really a big part of being a great 2v2 team. Like, communication can be good, but that instinctual kind of synergy that you have is equally important, and they seem to have it.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got it in spades. And they're already applying some good pressure here. Gonna cap, well, maybe not quite two of the VPs, but really putting Smoko and Zulu on the back foot here. This is where you want to be as really any team is, having the opposing team defend their side of the map, and that's what we're seeing here.
Hulksmash grabbing nades for his rifleman to hopefully catch that 250 off guard. It's a good pickup.
Yeah, he loves playing aggressive. I expect we're gonna see. Have we got Docs yet? Yeah, Ruby's got heavy armor, so we're gonna see. Oh, Picks up the Ketten actually with the nade, so really nice pickup
Wow.
there.
Yeah.
That hurts. And we've got the exact same BGs they played before, so I think we're going to see the circle meta come back into the game here. And we're going to see the P-47 infantry loader paired with the recon artillery, which is really cool because the recon already gives vision for the perfect P-47 strike, and it's pretty hard to deal with.
Big flank in here by Smoko, but looks like he's gonna get naded.
Yeah, this is not worth it.
No, he's facing that 250 armor. He might get out.
Yeah, well, the Dingo's going to roll in, though. Although it's not, this is where I think the comms could hurt, because I think they could be calling for this Dingo to come kill this 250. Instead, it's going to fight this MG. But yeah, it could still go down to the armor. Just waiting for the munitions for the Sticky, looks like.
He's got it just on the other rifleman. Oh, he picked it up anyway. There you go.
Didn't need it. As long as this rifle gets away now, they're going to be pretty happy with how this early skirmishing went.
Yeah. Now, Ruby did lose his Dingo, but I think they definitely came out net positive there with picking up the Ketten and the 250.
Yeah, definitely. And just the map control, too. They've got the scout decapping the North Fuel, which feels really good. And they're capping the... retreating out of HG instead of reverse.
Yeah, I know that struggle.
That is, I believe, not a skill issue, but a bug, I think. And it really cost them that fight. So, feels bad. But, you kind of got to... It sucks to say, but you almost have to take those kind of things into consideration when you're making plays. And with the 250, you kind of can't be that aggressive with it because... you can have those things happen, and he was very aggressive with them after he knew they had nades. So, yeah, I'm not sure if it's a misclick, Maxi. I feel like it can happen where you have the 250 selected, but it still retreats the squad. I'm not 100% on that though. I've only had it happen a couple of times.
Yeah, from what I've seen, it most frequently happens when you're trying to select the 250, but you hit the squad icon above it, and it selects the squad instead. And then you retreat them.
Oh, you're saying you can like click the shield and not the two? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Feels bad, man.
This is good map control, but Zulu's going to decap that south fuel, so slow down that momentum a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a risky play with the Humber here, but the Humber's not that good at killing stuff on retreat, so he'll probably get out scot-free here, just relatively. And yeah, they're taking over control of mid. Zulu and Smoko, not a team to be on the back foot for long if they can help it, and they're pushing out across a pretty broad frontier.
So Smoko's getting that flak half track. Panzerjäger calling, very standard for him. Zulu seems to have locked in Mechanize, which I think is a great choice for this map. With that flak Veerling, if they can keep it alive, they'll be equipped to handle some of these off maps and aircraft call-ins from Hulk Smash and Ruby.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to see additional AA sourced from somewhere, whether it's a second flak or otherwise, because we saw yesterday one flak was able to shoot down one of the planes of the loiter. So if you get a second one, then you're shooting down both planes, it seems like. So.
Oh, Panzerjäger catches out the Humber here. Wow,
nice
great
block. Yeah. Using that, if you spam stop, you can sometimes block vehicles, and it looked like that's what Smoko did there. So really big pickup.
Enemy movement near victory point.
They're gonna need to grab some space and territory though, because Ruby's pushed up the west side here, and is starting to encroach on their fuel.
M8 Greyhound is deploying.
This is a pretty dead even opener. Despite VP lead for Allies, not super surprised to see that. Been seeing a lot of that so far.
Yeah. Otherwise, very open, like you say. Very, very close. M8's out now, and it's going to meet a lot of resistance here between the soft answers of the 8-Rad and the PJ and the Flak, and then the pack that's in the middle. But as we've discussed a lot on this map, there's so many shot blockers that it's pretty hard to secure those kills in the light vehicles. Now that the 250's not carrying the PJs especially, it's going to be hard for them to get more than one volley off at a time.
Yep. I'd like to see some big time aggression from Smoko and Zulu, which they're both fantastic at. They have a great composition to deal with what Ruby and Hulk Smash have on the field right now.
One of our sectors is now in enemy hands.
Yeah, there's one boys and the M8, so not a lot. I mean, if they can support their light vehicles with their AT pieces, they're in a really good position to to get some damage in, and they're doing it. They're taking over mid.
Enemy
We're
activity.
attacking the bot here.
Commander, the
Oh,
enemy
Jaeger getting a flank on this M8. Okay, he's gonna force that away.
Good job to avoid the nades there from Hulk Smash, but it does mean with the M8 basically off the field, they could get pushed all the way to the cutoff here.
territory sector
Yep.
claimed by the enemy.
Stewart for Ruby. Good choice. Perfect answer here.
Yeah, it's great against the 8-Rad, great against the Flak. And on this map, too, I feel like, light vehicles, as we discussed, are great. And it's hard to get the finishing kill on it, so...
So pack 40 from Zulu.
Yeah, really aggressive. This is one of those things I think you just don't expect to run into the pack here. Most players wouldn't be comfortable parking it outside of their enemy's base, but Team DTF is DTF, and they're not afraid to take some aggressive postures on the map here.
This is typical Zulu behavior. Doing the craziest thing that you would never expect anyone to get away with, but he always pulls it off.
He always gets away. It feels like it shouldn't work, but then you look at it and you're like, well, actually, if you look at all the factors involved, it does kind of seem he just has this intuitive grasp, I think, of what the correct play is in a lot of situations, and
Yeah.
he might not even be able to tell you why. He just knows that it's what he does and it works, and he hasn't even played Ko for that long. I couldn't believe he discovered Ko. My understanding is like in 2020 during the pandemic, he picked up Ko 1 and like quickly
Really?
became one of the best players.
We have anti-
Wow.
So
Crews reporting
yeah,
in.
I was already impressed with Zulu, but the fact that he's able to do this with like 4 or less years of experience, a lot of these guys have been playing since Ko 1 came out, and they are not on his level anymore. So pretty impressive stuff. Stewart getting patched up, and yeah, Allies kind of on the back foot here now. As you pointed out, the Axis just had the right army comp, and the tools to answer it we're not there yet. We have them now, the AT guns out, but this is a map where pushing back onto the field with AT guns is rough because
Our grade
there's just not a lot of good angles for them.
Crowds have taken the lead.
Yeah. Yeah. Second Greyhound out here for Hulk Smash, and first squad of Glastas out for Smoko. They're going to be pretty scary to deal with on this map. Like you said, with all the shot blockers, there's lots of things for them to hide behind. They'll be able to run over pretty much any infantry that Ruby or Hulk Smash are able to field. And Hulk Smash also locking in that armored battle group, which I'm not super surprised to see. They tend to favor this heavily armored composition against Zulu and Smoko from what I've seen in their auto match games.
Yeah, I like the idea. If you don't feel like you want to play bars, which I think the bars would be good, but it's definitely a good answer to the Guasta because it's an answer that doesn't cost you manpower to take that fight. And the Guasta are going to push in around the shot blockers, and the M8s can be there to meet them. So I like that. And I think if you're going to go more than one M8 and one Chaffee, I think armor is basically always a good choice because it supports that playstyle pretty well.
Okay, big commitment from Hulk Smash in the north to try to pick up a machine gun, but he might get picked up by the 8-Rad on the way out here.
Wow, yeah, Flak moving in though. Smoko and Zulu always on the comms, and yeah, gonna pick up that. It dies in the exact same
Perfect.
spot that Humber did. Smoko racking up another one there.
They can comfort each other. Oh, AT gun set up here. Good hit by the pack.
A lot of action here up north. All of a
Yeah,
sudden.
they're really trading blows from between these AT guns and the light vehicles. It's very busy.
Yeah, and actually, we saw the passive from the. What was that effect on the? I thought it was the flame round, but it was something else on the M8. I guess it had popped an ability.
Yeah.
Seeking destroyers.
We got a cheeky teller mine just east of the middle VP here, placed by Smoko. That
that's
could
in a-
come into play later.
That's in a great spot, and
Yeah.
no sweepers yet for the allies. Oh no, we do. We do have sweepers on the engineer, so maybe they'll pick that up. And a sniper coming out for Hulk Smash. So yeah, love this
Yeah.
against the Guasta. And I'm a little nervous for this. Is such a dynamic frontier. It does not feel like the kind of map a sniper really wants to be on, since these teams are not content to sit and shoot each other with indirect. But it is a great Guasta counter, so I think still a very reasonable choice here. But it does delay the bars further, so I guess we're just not going to see bars from Hulk Smash.
A victory point is under attack. We
It's not
must
for a little
act.
while.
I kind of get it. I mean, if you look at, his primary opponent, Zulu, like, bars aren't really going to move the needle for him much in these infantry engagements, at least not enough to pay themselves off. You've only got one PG from Zulu, mostly relying on his 8-rad and machine gun to do the heavy lifting. And he's got double pack build as well.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Happy light tank
And all these light
is
vehicles are on the field too, so the rifle is really kind of neglected, sort of relegated to capping and sticking duty here for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
You men, get ready.
We've got Chaffee out for Hulk Smash, M1 AT gun in production. That'll be 2 for him. So they're really preparing to steel themselves against this armored onslaught from the Axis. It looks like we've got tier 4 up for both Zulu and Smoko at this point. Oh wait, no, sorry. Smoko hasn't built his. He's just building it now.
Yeah, curious to see what we get out of that. I just spent the last end of the last match talking about how bad P3s are, but oh, so there goes the teller, and it's definitely going to pay dividends here. Yeah, and it goes down. What kind of upgrades do we have for Zulu right now? Or sorry, for Smoko rather.
For Smoko,
As the 8-red goes down as well.
That's a great question. Typically, yeah, so we've got combat half-tracks for his mortars, as we might expect. It's vehicle survival package. I can imagine he'll get emergency repairs once that tier 3 goes up as well.
Finally, someone building smoke. I was losing my mind with the last series. People going DAC and building multiple vehicles and not getting smoke.
Ooh, yeah. That is probably the highest return upgrade in the DAC armory.
Yeah, absolutely. Gives you HP, and just, I mean, it pays for itself if you save one vehicle with it, right? So, nice to see the PJs here, basically denying the sniper the VP defend. The sniper knows it's there. They're shooting him with the mortar, actually, so now he can snipe away. So really nice play there from Hulk. Heads-up job of revealing the PJs and letting them get picked off.
He's got a Scott in here, too. Haven't seen those much.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I saw Scott. This is like really, really out of favor. But I love it on this map. I mean, look where the spot that it's in right now is perfect, right? It can't really get shot except by attack ground, and it can apply a lot of pressure to the middle.
Yeah, everybody was talking about what a menace the Stummel is on this map because of its ability to fire over all these shot blockers, and Scott has the same ability, which I think a lot of people forget about or overlook, so Hulk is going to be able to make good use of that.
Yeah. We got that recon already from Ruby, and it picks up this LEIG, and really lucky, like, as it decrewed it, and as the men ran off the gun, they triggered the next barrage, and so the weapon actually took damage, and it goes down. Hulk finishes it off with, I believe, the Scott or his mortar.
It's an expensive loss for him, but he will be able to call in another one if he waits another minute. We'll see if he does that. Oh yeah, I was thinking we might see this. I was gonna say with the front load of team weapons here for the Allies players, Smoko's opting for the Stuka, which I think is a great choice, especially on this map. All the Allied units are gonna be so concentrated. He's gonna be able to get some good hits off and set up for these big pushes that him and Zulu love to do.
Yeah, Smoko is I think the first non 3v3 4v4 player Stuka believer. And I used to laugh when I saw it, and after Smoko aimed it at me a couple of times, I was, oh, okay, maybe it's not so funny. Good push in here. Takes a lot of damage on the Guasta, but it does make the hole they needed. You know, they're trading manpower for time here, and they are picking up the VP, and their VP pressure has been very good this game. We see the Allies and Jurors getting down below 200 already, only 17 minutes into the game, which is not a place you want to be.
Yeah, considering they were up 500 to I think 375 or 350, the pressure has completely swung in the other direction and stayed that way for Smoko and Zulu.
Yeah, with the Brumbar out, this is another unit that is scary on this map in particular because how do you get it out from behind this house and cap this VP? What do you do? You basically have to all in with armor, which, you know, they have the tools to do that theoretically with the BG. They've got, you know, War Machine and
They pushed us off a...
actually
We
didn't
have
pick
anti-tank
up,
barrage reporting in.
opting for the Scott instead of the typical seek and destroy. So going to make it harder to do those big pushes with the armor.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure that I can understand why he picked the Scott, but I don't think, considering what they're up against, that was the right choice in the long term.
Yeah.
They also don't have the vehicles to support that right now. Ruby getting vehicle or team weapon training, which is a good choice considering he's got double MG mortar and 2 AT guns now.
Yeah, definitely a slept on that one in the light vehicle training. Like, people don't pick that up as much, but they're so cheap and they give you so much value. Stuka firing on the VP, gonna maybe pick up this engineer. Ooh, not very lucky that both of these units lived here. Got a nice concerted push here on this AT gun. Gonna decrew at least one of the 3 that Hulk has built. Really over-indexing into AT perhaps. And gonna just gift one over, so maybe third one was a gift.
HMG team deploying.
He's able to stop it with the rifles, but the rifles are getting hammered by that Brumbar.
Yeah, so...
Hold on, they picked up the Stuka. The Stuka got picked up by the recon artillery.
Oh, no way.
I don't think Smoko saw that at all. His mortar's about to get it too.
I didn't see it at all.
They've captured a
Wow.
That's big, man. Getting the Stuka feels good. Gets the MHT as well.
We must take
Yep.
it back.
Equalizing the pop a little bit. In fact, it looks like, yeah, just about identical pop here between the teams, so...
Yeah.
Ruby, though,
He's super
might
hard,
have
though.
overreached. Yeah, he was looking to pick up the Brumbar, which was very low, and I think instead he's going to give over some AT guns. Unless the Bishop can get some really nice shots off. It is firing like almost at point blank, so...
Out of there. Down to only 50 points.
Yeah, looking over. Triple cap almost
Been decrewed.
here. Although, looks like Zulu actually opting to go pick up this AT gun and let the mortar cap. But going to be a triple cap here, and I just don't think they've got the tools to push this Brumbar off fast enough. And I think this is going to be game 1 for... or excuse me, game 2 rather, for Smoko and Zulu.
So that put it at 1-1 then, right?
Puts it at 1-1. So another Axis win on this map.
Only 25
Which is interesting because I feel like I've heard a lot of Wehrmacht players specifically complain about this map, that it's difficult to play against allies, but both teams showing that it can be done, and it can be done against good teams.
I'm kind of surprised. I mean, since this map was released in 1.6 update, I felt like this has been a more Axis favored map just due to some of the units they have in their roster that it's very difficult to punish on a map that's as tight as this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think people feel like, you know, because it's CQB, it favors rifles a little bit, but there's so many good CQB units for allies. A sniper going down, valiantly trying to cap the VP. You love seeing players not give up and
We're down to 10 points.
bring everything in, but they are gonna block this with the MG, and that's gonna be all she wrote, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, very dynamic game 2 here. Both teams unwilling to sit still, even for a little bit.
Yeah, great macro, great compositions from both sides. But I think once the Axis got their first light vehicles out, they really started to build that momentum, and the Allies just... Hulk and Ruby just did not have the equipment to deal with the onslaught of light vehicles. And they managed to pick up some crucial kills on Humber, M8, to both M8s, actually. and they tried to lean back into AT guns, but it's just really, really difficult to play AT guns on a map with this many shot blockers. So
Yeah, as you point out in chat, also points out the losing both light vehicles pretty early. It's one of those things. If you can't refit the Humber, if you can't start stacking up those M8s, then you just slowly lose map control because you commit so hard. Like if you go bars and you lose a fight, you come back onto the field. If you go fast M8 and you lose the M8, now your momentum is gone. And if the Axis players haven't given up too much, you really don't have a way onto the field unless, like you say, AT guns can maybe push back the light vehicles. But yeah, I think you got it exactly right there. That map in particular, if you lose your mobile, able to fight around corners units, gets pretty hairy pretty quickly.
So what is game 3 going to look like here in terms of the deciding match? How is just an overview for everybody? What's the picking order? How is it decided who gets to veto or who gets to pick faction?
Yeah, so the way the vetoes work for maps is you veto until there's 2 maps left, and then the higher seed picks the first map that you play the first 2 games on, and then the other map that's left in the pool is the game 3 map if it's required, like it is here. And then the VP leader gets to pick faction in game 3.
Got it. Okay.
So, actually, Nath, do you want to get us that info on who picked faction? I keep forgetting to keep an eye on the VPs, so maybe Nath can get us that info on who picked factions in game 3. That'd be nice. We can get game 3 loaded here. And hope you guys didn't miss. If you guys were missing Campbell's Convoy, we've got some good news for you. Thank you, Smoko. So the DTF had faction pick, and they picked allies, which is no surprise. Thank you, Nath. Really, really fine work. Good detective work here. And this makes it look pretty bad for I gotta say, for the allies enjoyers. I feel like this side of this map has dominated the tournament. Everybody seemed to really like to pick Campbell's, and I feel like everyone learned this tournament that actually it just means you're going to lose your Axis game more often than not. And so really nice strategic play here from Smoko and Zulu. They clearly had a plan here, leaving Campbell's up, and hoping they could get playing for the VP lead here and putting themselves in a really good position to take game 3. But I won't call it until we've seen it. So if you are positive the 5-second mark, we can get this one underway.
Yep, ready to go.
All right, unpausing in 3, 2, 1. Unpause. 6, 7, 8.
Good.
We are locked in. All right. So as we already mentioned, we've got DTF fighting for that spot in the finals. They are mixed allies in the south. They picked these positions and this map. They seem to have a plan. And in the north, we've got, to no surprise really, mixed Axis with Ruby on the deck and Hulk Smash on the Wehrmacht, or I should maybe say on the flak. I'm really hoping we see double flak again. I thought they were the only, I want to say, maybe the only Axis team to pick up a win on this map. Next tournament, guys, I'll get some stats and I can do cool stuff like talking about things like this. Instead, I'm just going to speculate and be wrong. But it feels like the only Axis win on this map was Hulk and Ruby, with Hulk doing double flak and slowly creeping towards the allies. And I'm really excited to potentially see that again here.
Yeah, he favored the team weapon heavy composition. It worked really well for him on this map. In our matches against them as well. Yeah, he was leaning into Jaeger Company first, going for that tier 2.5, picking up a Warble, and then he back-teched into 2 Nebels. And that was very dangerous.
Yeah. I love that. I love that build. I think it's really good. It's clearly like the design intent behind the way they built the tier 2 and tier 3 are for them to be maybe built together, and that's why the fire support element unlocks both. But most people don't seem to like to do it. But the value of being able to get Warbles and Nebels is sort of can't be overstated how strong that is. And really good fight here. This is a great start for Hulk. I mean, I would say pretty lucky. The damage that those piles did to the Dingo is pretty meaningful, and it means that they might actually be able to take this fight here on the fuel with Ruby coming in to support with the PGs.
Yep. They'll have the numbers to handle the squad of rifles. The MG is gonna solidify that. They'll be able to defend their fuel. And it looks like they're going to be able to apply simultaneous pressure down south to their fuel. It's completely undefended, so the Ketten's just sitting there right now picking up the capture. And that Panzer pile, if positioned properly, should also be able to push off that scout. So they'll get a lot of territory control for this if they can continue to hold their fuel.
Yeah, and just making those rifles move lets these PGs basically get free hits, which feels really nice. And this is a map where I feel like early on, usually we see a lot of dingoes and a lot of pressure and Axis pushed back basically to their +10, but this is maybe the best open we've seen for an Axis team on this map, so it's looking pretty good so far for Allies Enjoyers in Game 3 here. Although this Ken's in trouble. If the dingo micros correctly here, could pick it up, but look, yeah, it looks like maybe right-clicked instead of... You know, you've got to actually tell the dingo where to go. If you let it do its own targeting, it just does that... that really fun casemate thing and doesn't get any shots off, so Kenton does manage to escape here.
Double machine gun start here for Hulk Smash is going to allow him to lock that fuel from the northern threat and the direct threat from the southwest. There.
I really like that. I think Grens do pretty poorly in the early games still against stuff like the Dingo, so whereas the MG is basically a rock if you can protect it. But the Dingo already coming in, maybe? Fake Artie? Fake Artie. So
yeah, good fake.
Really good fake, because you kind of can't... You have to assume it's real in this situation, or you could potentially lose the MG, so able to make room for the Vickers to set up in a pretty annoying spot, and that's going to give Allies the advantage here on the map.
Yep, they're going to get the decap. Panzer Pile's going to draw some A unit away. Probably that rifle. He is definitely going to have the time to get the decap on that +10. So some mutual harassment happening, but the Allies are definitely in a better position right now with the North Fuel and how it's set up to defend right now with that Vickers there.
Absolutely. This is such a hard position to hold. I feel like it's always a mistake to like really. I mean, they're not contesting south now, so that's fine. But I feel like holding the top is easy if you hold it further up. If you're the one on the high ground. But if you let the Allies take the high ground, control these rocks, control the VP, it's just so uncomfortable because you can never be safe on your own fuel because of the way that this map is laid out.
Yeah, that space actually to the left of the shrubbery is really, really important on that mountaintop for vision purposes and just like the height advantage and being able to deter the flank. And the only way you can control that is if you control the VP. So the Allies have done a good job of keeping them off that territory and giving themselves the position to attack this North Fuel that they've had for over a minute now.
Yeah, really big fuel lead here. Crucially, still holding the bot VP. I mean, it's going to go over now, but holding this munitions, I feel, is keeping them in this game. If you go into the mid game with both of the 16s on the opponent's side, you just have no tools. You have no munitions. You're not going to have any off maps. You're not going to have any upgrades. The fact that they've been able to keep that, mostly because it was ignored, I think is going to be their saving grace here and let them potentially stay in it. And we've got the first flak out. Might pick up the Dingo here. Doesn't look like he's watching. Yeah.
Nice. Good pickup. That's pretty big for them. Oh, and your wish is coming true, Daniel. Here's the second flak in production as well.
All right, he's doing it. He's doing it. I'm excited. I feel like there's this map has been very Allied favored, but I think some of that's been the builds. I think the Axis have not had the game plan that they needed, and this has been the way so far that has worked the best. So I think maybe we'll finally see another North victory here. But for the time being, we're seeing the 16 minute go over, but this hero Panzer Pile has just sort of been the king of the South, and it's going to be a crucial couple of first volleys here if the scouts can pick off some models or if they lose models, because this matters a lot who controls the South area here. Early MHT out, so that's going to help a lot too, and I think we're going to see Axis once again. This is just like what happened in their other game. Once the double flak comes out, they start to control the top of the map. And we might see them just slowly creep to mid here.
Yep, they're gonna recover that. Panzer Pile's in a little bit of danger here. Oh, he's gonna retreat. That's a good call. Just get that out. Don't risk it.
Got a field
No
infirmary on the
battle
cutoff here for the allies. This is in an amazing spot. I love this one, except that it's so easy to kill with indirect. So as soon as it gets spotted, I think we're going to see it
Enemy action.
go down in relatively short order. Luckily, no Nebbles quite yet, and
Made available shortly.
no LEIG. But LEIG just ends this from being a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they can deter them enough and keep them far enough away, I think they can buy themselves more than enough time to make it pay off.
Yeah, I mean, it's so cheap. It's 150, no fuel. The advantage of not having to pay fuel for heals just can't be overstated. It's so nice that you can get that value from the heals and not slow down things like the Humber or the Steward or your tier 3. So
Yep.
SPGs are ready for construction.
Smoko unlocking bishops. Interesting. I got a lot of flack from a lot of people for being somebody that was willing to build bishops as early as I did, but it looks like Smoko's seeing this decision to be equally appealing here. And I get it, like with the double flak, you need something that's going to hit pretty heavy in order to pose a real threat to these flak 30 AA guns.
absolutely, yeah.
the
The mortar won't do it with the field truck or the med truck already on the field. Mortar just does some health damage and they back off and they just repair here. So yeah, I think the bishops are going to be really good. Hopefully we'll see 2, and it will mean a little bit less pressure. Oh, actually, wow, Chaffee.
After catching up this flak, he is in
Definitely
position
gonna
to
get
pick it up.
Yeah. Nice
Yep,
job stopping,
and-
being patient there, getting the full accuracy, driving up and parking, getting that shot off.
Nothing feels worse than missing that killing blow on your Chaffee.
Bishop artillery carrier and crew
Yeah,
on
stopping
standby.
crucial, and it happens a lot, especially if you're at max range and driving. So
Enemy control.
getting close and parking is that's the way. Getting some mines down here too, so
We've lost the sector
good
to
positioning
the
on
enemy.
those.
The beggars are threatening a victory
Is that a
point.
second PJ called in?
Yep. And Smoko, or Zulu, sorry, locking in armor battle group.
Yeah, so probably see some big all-ins here. And perhaps most unusual, we've got Coastal for Hulk Smash. And he's already unlocked the command bunkers. So haven't seen this much in this tournament at all. Maybe not once, but it makes sense with his build. He's very campy with quadruple weapons teams. And so being able to defend those with
You have 3 command points
a
available.
command bunker can feel pretty good. Bishop already doing work decrewing this MG42.
Commander Paradrops have the green light. RAF inbound.
Chaffee driving up this MHT is not in a good spot. Big blunder here from Ruby, parking it somewhere it cannot quickly get away. And we see it go down. Vet 2 now, this Chaffee, they're really the hero of the U.S. Army.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. LMG commandos from Smoko are on the field now.
Commandos are on station and ready.
Yeah, they're good on this
This-
map.
Yeah, highly underrated unit. Underrated. Like these guys are the Stostruppen of the Allied roster. And with their access to camouflage and the ambush bonus, they can tear through units so quickly, especially machine guns.
Yeah, green cover versus green cover, they can win sometimes, right?
Yep.
Of course, the Flax being here will make them a little harder to use, but
Points ready.
Flax not having a good time against the, even the singular Bishop has gotten some really good shots off, applying a lot of good
Yeah.
pressure.
Making great use of the bishops all comes from, can you capitalize on the damage dealt? If you're just lobbing rounds and not capitalizing on the damage being dealt by the bishops, they don't really usually pay off this early, but Smoko and Zulu are making a great use of just this one bishop, and that's a flak 20 down for their Hulk Smash. That's a big pickup for them.
Yeah, that's a great call out. I hear people a lot of the times really, talk about how useless Artie is, and it's certainly not as strong as it is in past games. And I won't get into like if it's balanced or not, but it's also true that you just have to use the openings it gives you, right? I mean, people expect Artie to just kill things, and often, in real life, the main point of artillery was cover fire and a disruption, right? And it's the psychological factor. You're making your opponent duck down or move or retreat, and there's a lot of value just in forcing your opponent to
Victory
move.
point is being
And
overrun.
we're seeing them, like you say, take really good advantage of this and moving up to take out this bunker, which is going to really hurt.
A little surprised to see this position on the medical bunker from Hulk Smash. He's found some better places to put it, like up on that high ground where the
Yeah.
flak is right now. I feel like that's a more advantageous position to defend, but it's also much harder to attack ground from the low ground. So I'm kind of surprised to see him have it there. It looks like he might lose it to this bishop.
Yeah, I think just kind of uncharacteristically greedy play from Hulk. Wanted it more forward to reinforce those flaks. But yeah, maybe going to pay for it. Wow, it stays up though, and it's
Yeah.
going to get repaired, so that feels pretty good.
Yeah. Hulk finishing his PG company, and I'm suspecting he's gonna go straight for Nibble here. There it is in
indeed.
production.
Yeah, this is the same build we saw before. One Werble, and then straight to the nibble.
Yeah, this is a tough we did not expect this at all when playing against it, and once the second Nibble hit, we started taking some really painful hits.
Yeah, and we have a very weapons team reliant build from Smoko here, so I think again he's definitely gonna struggle. And we're seeing these LMG commandos having a bit of trouble with the flak on the field. Although that said, the bishop now just once again decrewing the flak in the exact same spot, so might be able to take another one out.
Fucking crazy, dude. Looks like Smoko's trying to position his 6-pounder to be able to hit it. Does he
Yeah,
have
Secret
vision
Destroy
on it?
coming in. Chaffee's taking out the flak, flying down this road. Probably going to get the MHT. They're definitely going to pick up this heel truck. And looks like he's actually gunning for the Werble, choosing not to chase the MHT and instead heading towards where he knows the Werble is. So one Chaffee getting a little caught up on the wreck, but the other one's still flying with like 25% of the duration of Seek and Destroy left. I think they're going to pick up this Werble. They may lose the Chaffies for it, though. Actually,
Oh,
will this Chaffee get away? It's going to be close. It's hard to
It's
chase vehicles
possible.
with handheld AT, but flak goes down. So I feel like this is really good for the allies, even if this Chaffee does get picked up.
Disgusting.
good cover from the Nebel here. He's gonna hit that road. I think he might be able to get out. Oh!
Caster cursed. Not able to make it. Pretty
Actually
lucky pickup
fucking
there.
Crazy, dude.
Really crucial.
Yeah.
A lot of fire coming to his mid bunker now, but let's sort of take stock as this mid bunker goes down, because we lost two Chaffies, we killed the flak and the med truck, both flak half track and the regular flak, and I feel like the way that this Axis comp wants to work is it kind of wants all of these different moving pieces, right, to be really strong, and so taking relatively even trades, I would say that favors the allies, right, because the more scrappy the game gets, the less Hulk has all of his tools, the better it gets for the allies.
Yeah. Yeah, I think also important to mention he did lose both of his flak 30s now, so he's missing a lot of firepower from his front line.
Yeah.
And that means the MG and the Werble are going to have to do that much more heavy lifting. I don't
Did
know.
we lose a rifle top? We got a bar down.
Yes, yeah, Zulu did have 4 rifles at a point, so I guess we missed that pickup. Probably by the Werble, if I had to guess.
Yeah, it was up there. That's probably why he knew the Chaffies needed to go there. It was a revenge run there.
Mm-hmm.
Victory point lost.
Oh,
The enemy has
Chaffee posturing to chase this flak again.
Yeah, and the
Is this the
PJ's
third one or the second one?
second, I think. No, third. Third.
Oh, he picks it up.
Yeah, the PJs were in camo, and I was like, oh, he's setting up an ambush. But then I look, and the flak is like way over on the other side of this shot blocker.
Cool.
So that's too many flaks to lose, man. Building a fourth, so he's maybe looking to set a record here.
It's really
We'll
setting him back. He's not even close to tier 3 right now, and usually by 16 minutes, you definitely want to have your tier 3 up as stack.
I'm really curious if this Chaffee's going to escape here. Looks like he's decided it's not, and he's just going to be annoying.
I think this Werble might be able to take it solo.
Yeah, if they can get some rear armor hits especially. But it looks like he's sending back the Shrek now. Doesn't want to... Wow, this is actually like kind of a pain in the ass. He's brought back the Jaegers now to deal with this. Yeah, why doesn't he should just drive off into the desert? These black and white lines are somehow stopping him. I don't understand.
I'm the mayor of Pound Town.
No, he's not getting out of here.
Invited.
There it
Still,
is.
I mean, it was really what he did was really good. I mean, a lot of people would just sort of give up on a unit, but taking the effort to micro it pulled all of Ruby's stuff back, and it just gave them even more space on the front line.
Yep. Yeah, Hulk as well.
Enemy is down to 200
Actually, fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, so really good BP
Unfortunately,
control.
the two Werbles from Hulk is just playing right into the composition of Smoko and Zulu right now. He might lose that left one.
Yeah,
Oh, good smoke.
yeah, really nice cover there.
Airplane's coming in.
Ooh, wow, Typhoon or maybe the Coax picks up that flak. So yeah, fourth flak down immediately. And 250 goes down. Oh no, the med truck's still in the. Wow, the amount of trucks killed this game is it's pretty astronomical here. It's a lot of
Another
fuel
one in
that Ruby's
production for
lost.
Ruby.
Do we have another flak and another med maybe? Same building, so he's got to wait to build the med, I guess.
There we go. Zulu finally opting to spend his nine CPs, unlocking the EZ8, producible EZ8. Tank depot's going up. Allies are posturing to close this out in the next few minutes, I think.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be an answer for the EZ8 because I don't think they're not able to tech up. I don't think Ruby's going to see. We're going to see anything like a martyr or anything that could possibly fight the EZ8. Yeah, Dexon pointing out that it's really late for Ruby, so I think that's an important thing to note. You know, I tried to set up this tournament so that Chinese players could play earlier, but it's pretty tough. To make it fair for everybody. It was the best we could do, and they got to do some of their games at good times against NA players, but against EU, there's just not much you can do. And so, Ruby playing pretty late at night, and I think uncharacteristic mistakes here from Ruby. He's a better player than the Ruby that's lost 4 flaks. I think no doubt. So thank you for pointing that out, Dexon. Dexon notorious for always, seeing the best in people and giving them credit where credit's due. So no surprise to see that.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Pile gets
going
popped.
Actually, fucking crazy, dude.
Look at all these vehicle wrecks back here.
Yeah, what about a recovery vehicle, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
There's so
Ruby,
many.
I think he's gonna go to tier 2 for that, but yeah,
It'd be worth
could
it.
come in pretty handy here.
Imagine you call in your
for
next,
sure.
you call in your next loiter, and there's 4 flaks shooting at it.
The enemy has only 50 points left.
Yeah, Lammy in chat pointing out this is why the Axis were reduced to using horses late war. It's because of all the half-track losses, and Ruby perhaps just giving us a little bit of a historical reenactment here today on Campbell's Convoy.
Mm-hmm.
Bloody good show.
Still, they're not out of it yet. This, this doctrine with the anti-tank bunker is a good way to sort of force back the Matilda. Oh, we're losing the next half-track here. Oh, looks like driving in to drop the loiter, but countered by the Brit loiter, so we're going to see dueling planes here.
Yeah. Unfortunately, even if they V2'd the other side of the field, there's no winning at this point with the VPs closing out.
Yeah, so
There it is.
GG called, and yeah, pretty brutal last game there. Again, I think Dexon totally right. I think Ruby may be just a little tired, and probably disheartening to realize that they'd been put in the position of playing these positions on this map. They definitely had a good strategy for it, but it felt like Smoko and Zulu were just ready for it. They had the right idea with that with the build that they had there, and yeah, you can see the KD8 going pretty good for Smoko there, and the vehicle KD8 for this is just all the half tracks, right? Is that 4 half tracks went down? So might be a record. 5 flak fairlanes, 2 medical trucks, and 2 mortar half tracks. So
Yep.
pretty brutal, but really well played to both teams. And I think we have not seen the last of Hulk and Ruby in 2v2 tournaments. They seem like a really strong team. losing to Smoko and Zulu, nothing to be bummed about. So, yeah.
Yeah, overall, very well played by Smoko and Zulu. These guys have just like amazing, especially aggressive synergy. Like I've seen players that can set up well together, but teams that can execute attacks very well, there's very few of those from what I've seen in the 2v2 pool right now. And these guys are always like they're always on point for the most part with their pushes. They complement each other well. And they have great communication. Like I've been kind of in the background listening to them on comms during games. They're just both very composed, sticking to information that's pertinent to the game. Yeah, so I'm not. I wasn't. If I had to bet, I definitely would have bet on these guys, and they did not disappoint with their performance.